No, welcome to Pharmacoms TV. We're delighted to have you. First of all, can you give me a little bit of background, your background, and what led you to set up Quantified?
I was living and breathing a spreadsheet, right? My job was to fill out spreadsheets, build financial models, do risk analysis, scenario sensitivity analysis. And I was really concerned that the people who had much more senior jobs to me, I didn't see them living their lives in spreadsheets. They were living their lives with relationships and people and conversations and able to motivate, inspire, and lead. And as I started making progress in my career, I got really worried that they weren't teaching me those skills. I saw that I had a widening gap between my capabilities and my training and the skills that looked like were necessary to succeed at the level that I wanted to get to in the organization. So I tried to solve the problem for myself and go hire a coach, and quickly realized that great coaches were extremely expensive and extremely busy. And I said, well, I like data and evidence and numbers. Like, has anyone ever studied this? Has anyone ever really looked into the science of it? And there's been great social science research done at the university level for decades, right? But no one had ever really taken it and built it out from an applied perspective towards specific, business organizational use cases. And so the sort of combination of a personal need to develop my own skills, as well as sort of a business idea of why isn't someone doing this in a way using modern technologies and innovation, brought the whole thing together 9 years ago for me to start Quantified.
You're applying AI, artificial intelligence. Can you talk to us about how the platform itself actually works?
Yeah, so what we are is we're a communication performance platform. And what that means is we use behavioral science, big data, and artificial intelligence to help every person have winning conversations. So how do we do that? What we do is we capture video, and we've built an AI that takes 1,400 behaviors out of that video. What words do people use? What do they do with their voice, their face, their gestures? And what we're looking at is we look at that against a big database that we've built of over 250,000 people communicating, reviewed by audiences. And we're asking them, were you trustworthy, engageable, likable, credible? And we've understood enough of the behaviors and the responses from audiences, and then the corresponding behaviors that cause those responses to provide intelligence, right? That's the artificial intelligence nature of, if you do these certain things, you'll be trusted. If you speak a certain way, people will follow you. And by understanding and unlocking those behaviors for people, which is what the platform does, we can provide essentially personalized coaching and guidance to help every individual have better conversations with better outcomes.
Do you have any use case examples specifically within pharma or healthcare for the platform?
One of the biggest opportunities in pharma is elevating the communication and connection skills of the field force, like both in promotional field selling as well as non-promotional field medical. And what I mean by that, right, is we can drive early and lasting behavior change that helps every person on their journey to becoming an extraordinary communicator, right? To connecting, to building trust, to building credibility, to these core behaviors that create better outcomes of the conversation, as well as hopefully of the science and of the outcome of the effort that you're going through. And so what that means is we can quantify, that can really allow pharma customers to coach sales and coach medical teams with precision and personalization, and moving away from opinions and guesswork.
The pharma industry has probably because of COVID, jumped about 5 years ahead. What are your plans now?
We're working on our benchmarking. We're adding deeper intelligence to the AI. We're trying to improve our user experience and the value from our platform. We're really proud. We have a very high net promoter score, but we know that creating behavior change, right, which is the ultimate aspiration for us, better conversations, better outcomes, creating lasting behavior change is a hard thing to do. And I'm really focused the next 12, 24 months on how do we improve the quality as well as the impact of what we're able to produce for our clients.
Who do you sell into? Do you find it challenging to sell into these larger organizations?
So we've sort of built this organizational DNA that's very used to going in at a very senior level. And for us, we've just found more success at a bit of top down. And part of the reason behind that is we know that organizations want to make more decisions on data, right? And they understand sometimes the behaviors that win, but they want to help understand how those behaviors are measured and promoted across the entire organization. That's a bit more of a senior kind of protocol, a senior driving force for us. And so we have found more success dealing with senior leadership who wants to take the winning behaviors that they're knowing or learning and scale them to the entire organization. And our platform unlocks that capability. I think in the future, one of the things we will experiment with in the next 12 to 24 months is, can we go a little bit more bottoms up? Can we, start enabling reps with technology with less friction? But I think right now we're seeing the greatest adoption from senior leadership that wants to bring our innovation to the masses.